Previously on The Lord of the Memes.
Yo, I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I wanna
make rings for men. Rings for men.
I wanna
Ring,
I wanna
ring,
I wanna
ring,
I wanna
ring.
I wanna really, really, really wanna
Rings for men.
I cannot let him in again. I cannot.
So you really think we should ship him?
No, I think we should take a $30,000 bath so some kid can understand what happened to a puppy and a friggin' pigeon. Ship him.
And now, our feature presentation.
The preparations are nearly complete, Lord Father. But we are safe here. We have a home. Must we go to war again?
Are we really doing this again?
We have a home. Must we go to war again?
I've always been kind of a pacifist.
I've been designed with a fundamental respect for life in all its forms, and a strong inhibition against causing harm to living beings.
What a marvelous contradiction. A military pacifist. Tell me, whose dreadful idea was it to enlist you in
Sauron's army?
To begin with?
My skills seemed appropriate to...
You told me Sauron was dead. Let us leave him that way.
You guys were there too, remember? Destroying our business?
You told me Sauron was dead.
A reprint. You know how much that's gonna cost?
2 whole pages are missing. The story doesn't make any sense.
What, you think some kid's gonna notice 2 pages? I mean, all they do is look at pictures.
Okay, I gotta pause for a second because I brought up that clip from episode 1 to illustrate a point, and watching it back, I discovered something pretty shocking. All of the weapons in this scene are made with CGI. The orcs are in full costume, and they're just going like this with their hands, but there's nothing in them. Watch this in slow motion with me. This orc goes to stab Sauron. His sword disappears, then reappears. He goes to stab him again, and watch this. Pop! Disappears. It's crazy. The only time we actually get to see Sauron stabbed is in this insanely close-up. And they also reuse this shot after another cut for some reason. But yeah, they're so bad with choreography that they couldn't trust their actors with props, and so they just have them waving their hands around and they're animating swords onto them in post. It looks even worse when you get to the aerial shot because you have orcs standing around Sauron's body and literally just going like this, not even bending over, and yet they're animating the swords to have had somehow made contact. Like look at the guy who comes over with a bit longer sword. He goes like this, and his sword somehow connects with Sauron despite not being anywhere close to long enough. It's really funny, and I never would have noticed if I weren't making these stupid videos and having to pay attention to details. Also, it's so dark, it's impossible to see without scrunching your eyes.
There are some dangers in this world about which it is a father's burden to know, and a son's burden to trust him. Trust me, my son, when I tell you that we will never truly be safe until we've made certain Sauron is no more.
Yeah, but what was all that in the background?
As you will it, Lord Father.
Is that a baby?
I believe it is.
So the orc isn't bad. She's just protecting her baby. She's misunderstood. She just needs a friend.
Well, nobody's gonna go out with me.
Have you asked anybody yet?
No, but who would? I don't even have any good skills.
What do you mean?
You know, like...
pillaging.
Skills.
Raping.
Skills.
Murdering.
Skills.
Orc mommies.
There's only one boyfriends who have great skills.
Aren't you pretty good at
dismembering and decapitating bodies
and stuff?
Yes. Probably the best that I know of.
Just do that. And she'll give you orc babies.
That's a pretty good idea.
Damrod, Zadushigos, Kugralok. I gather you received our message.
Where is Sauron?
Why does everybody hate
Sauron.
These people are the bad guys.
It seems very silly.
Welcome. Thank you for making the journey. You need not hide your troubles here.
How do you know I'm in trouble?
The words were written down for me in a script.
We have no intention to take advantage of them, simply to render aid.
AIDS! I got AIDS! I got AIDS! We're coming through!
They shall be rings of power. Power to heal your mountain, just as they have healed our great tree.
I'm afraid I'd be of little help.
We summoned you here to help you.
I'm sorry. Who exactly are you?
What are you so suspicious of?
The words were written down for me in a script.
A friend. The elves. And to the dwarves.
And the hat, but she's a witch!
Nothing more.
And where's Elrond?
Herald Elrond said he could think of little else than helping his dwarven friends. He speaks of you so fondly.
What does he tell you?
Give me the meat, and give it to me raw.
He told me enough.
What were you thinking? Were you trying to pick a fight?
I was thinking, whoever that Annatar is, he doesn't know Elrond from a hole in the ground.
How do you know?
How do you know about my hole?
You gotta pay the troll toll. If you want to get into that boy's hole, you gotta pay the troll toll to get in. You want the baby boy's hole, you gotta pay the troll toll. You gotta pay the troll toll to get in.
He doesn't know Elrond from a hole in the ground.
How do you know?
Because Elrond would never say such nice things about me.
I thought the rape scene went really well.
I am here. I'm here with it, and that was awful for me.
Does no part of this sound strange to you?
Oh, it does. It does.
I don't care if they're magic earrings. If there's even a hope of a solution here, no matter how far-fetched, our king needs to know about it.
Sounds familiar.
He has the power to wipe out the entire human race, and if we believe there's even a 1% chance that he is our enemy, we have to take it as an absolute certainty.
There is a saying in Khazad-dûm, the slow drip splits the boulder.
Who says that? No one says that.
Your High King believes the dwarves to be unworthy of this power. In fact, he has forbidden the forging of any more rings at all.
Why didn't you say something earlier?
I've been very naughty.
Sooner or later, Gil-galad will discover the truth. Supposing he doesn't.
What are you doing?
David, he's lying.
I'm lying?
Mommy doesn't know, won't hurt her, okay, Mr. Tattletale?
And telling him that I'm closing up the forge. With a promise to join him in Lindon as soon as possible.
You know what this is? This is a character assassination.
You would lie to your High King.
I would grant us the space to complete our work.
That's lying.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. I thought you were an orc.
What did he say?
I thought you were an orc.
Hang up. Corporate needs you to find the differences between this picture and this picture. They're the same picture.
Here, let me pull it out.
No, don't! Excuse me while I whip this out.
You meant to leave it in.
Was I?
Yes, whenever you stabbed, you meant to leave it in.
Put it back in.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
I've never been stabbed before.
Oh, neither have I.
I'm honored if I could be your first.
How's this for a meet cute?
Meet cute.
Meet cute is a term for the moment in television and films where the people who will go on to form a romantic attachment meet for the first time.
You meant to leave it in.
Was I?
Anyway.
I'm Estrid.
Isildur.
I don't care!
The survivors will be waiting for us where we made camp. My father, too.
I think you may have missed them, but I found this. Here. There's a path marked.
A map?
A map?
A map?
He says they've already got one.
Are you sure he's got one? Oh, yes, it's very nice, sir.
How many times have we been here?
Look. I was sifting through Static's old book.
Harfots must have journeyed this way a long time ago.
I must be blind. It is a map of the Southlands. How many times?
A lot.
You like maps?
Of course. Father didn't leave.
No, he just left.
Perfect.
He led everyone there.
Wrong.
Your folk too, any luck?
Wrong, sir. Wrong.
There's no telling who we'll find down there.
You're hoping to find kin as well.
My betrothed.
You got played so hard, you cock.
What's happened?
Orcs.
We ought to keep moving.
Least we can do is give him something to eat.
Don't eat raw potato, Howard. It'll give you worms.
Stone cold and it's raw.
It's raw!
You're gonna kill someone. Raw potato, madam.
Raw!
Nice.
Oh, no. Not again.
Be the best man win. Put her there.
I can't believe you fell for the oldest trick in the book! What a goof! What's with you, man? Come on!
You know what? Here, let me give it back to you.
Oh, look at that! You fell for that too! I can't believe it, man!
You should have listened to the girl.
Oh boy, this fight scene in particular really triggers the logic receptors in my brain because there's just so much stupidity going on in a very short time frame. This is the perfect example of what you get when you hire based on people's immutable characteristics rather than their skill, because it's the perfect storm of incompetency. Bad writing, bad choreography, bad cinematography, and just not a single person on set or in the editing room or in the writing room ever just raising their hand and saying, hey, do we want to think about this for more than just 2 seconds so that we can have some quality on screen? Let's break it down. Irondir shows up out of nowhere to save the day, which is fine, but the problem is the execution. He fires 3 arrows into the baddies from a hidden vantage point, which is great. And then, instead of continuing to do that until all of the baddies are dead, he jumps down from his tree, simultaneously revealing his hidden location and getting rid of his vantage point.
It's over, Anakin! I have the high ground!
He has a bow and arrow, and instead he's choosing to enter melee range, which is very silly. This scene gives me PTSD flashbacks to the finale of the Book of Boba Fett, when Boba Fett and Din Djarin are trapped in a building and the baddies have them surrounded. And their solution is to use their jetpacks to fly out from behind their cover and drop down directly into the center of the plaza, where they're even more completely surrounded. It's the same stupidity. It was probably the same writers. They could have used the building for cover to slowly pick off all of these people, but they decide to fly down and expose themselves. I don't understand why this kind of thing has been happening so much in giant IPs. But clearly these companies are prioritizing something that's more important to them than just basic common sense.
The message.
We get him doing this fun little roll on the ground to make him look awesome, and then for some inexplicable reason, he bursts through this cart like the Kool-Aid Man.
Oh, yeah.
And none of it makes any sense.
Physics, eh? Physics. 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 Physics.
Somehow he manages to pull off this quadruple spin flip thing, whatever it is. There's not actually a name for the gymnastic move he's pulling off here because it doesn't exist. It's physically impossible. He's even facing the wrong way. Presumably he landed on the floor, rolled, and then ran up to this cart and then somehow bursts through the other end of it, feet first, in a dead spin. It's nonsensical, and they really thought they were cooking here. It's just embarrassing. But then he quickly dispatches all the baddies by himself so he can look super cool because he's the new Legolas, baby. He's so cool, I guess. Whatever. And then to make things even dumber, after the fight, he takes a few steps away from the encampment and picks up his stuff that he left on the ground, which makes no sense. The show is trying to tell us that he was wandering through the woods trying to find firewood when he stumbled across these people laying an ambush for Isildur. And then in that moment, he set down his stuff, went all stealth mode, climbed up a tree so that he could fight them. But the logistics of this move are nonsensical. His pack that he dropped is a few feet away from where the baddies were, which means he walked right up to them without being noticed, dropped his stuff, and then somehow snuck through the foliage all the way around the camp where the bad guys are hiding. And then the location where he finally ends up is in this tree, which is right next to the cart. He climbed up this tree unnoticed in the midst of these people setting up an ambush. The guy, pretending to be a damsel in distress, is sitting leaned up against the cart, looking directly at the tree where Arondir is hiding. It makes no sense. Ugh, this next section goes on for so long, and it's so boring. There's not even anything to meme in it. It's just 10 minutes of CW level drama that doesn't serve the story in any way. All we learn is that Mommy Milkers died between seasons.
What happened?
I failed. Failed to protect her. I thought she was getting better. There is a foulness in all Garrows, not easily forgotten by human flesh.
She had a contract dispute with producers, so she was killed off camera by a snake.
Arondir is not Leo's father. Isildur's new love interest was branded by Adar so that she could escape.
Oh my.
And Isildur misses his horse. And none of it is important to the overarching story at all. It's just pointless drama. The only reason this section exists is so that Leo can go missing when they try to go rescue Isildur's horse, so that next episode we can get 30 seconds of Entwives. That's literally it. None of this is relevant at all because after the next episode, Arondir parts ways so that he can go meet up with Galadriel at Eregion. The writing is just so boring.
Have patience. I'm speaking with the king now.
12 seconds later.
Say, the food merchants are outside. They're going to petition you to open the royal grain reserves.
Send them in.
Okay, I thought you were going to talk to him about this.
You said... I'm speaking with the king now.
A lie detector determined that was a lie.
Sire, you can go.
You said...
The food merchants are outside. They're going to petition you to open the royal grain reserves.
A lie detector determined that was a lie.
2 whole pages are missing. The story doesn't make any sense. Well, you think some kid's gonna notice 2 pages? I mean, all they do is look at pictures.
Queen of Lies! She's unfit to rule.
Boo! Boo! Bow down to her if you want. Bow to her. Bow to the Queen of Slime, the Queen of Filth, the Queen of Putrescence.
Queen of Lies! She's unfit to rule.
I hear your sorrow and your anger. I share it. For whom do you cry out?
For those we have already buried.
And for those about to rock.
For Isildur.
For Frodo.
With his dying words, the king spoke to me and said it was from this she took counsel. It is because of this our kinsman died in Middle-earth.
Numenor's true ruler would never place trust in an elvish artifact.
Well, I would.
Previously on The Lord of the Memes.
It is rare for an eagle to grace a coronation. Should one make an appearance at yours, it would be seen as an auspicious omen.
Dany kind of forgot about the Iron Fleet and Euron's forces.
She forgot? She forgot? She forgot?
Dany kind of forgot about.
If you wanna be my lover, you gotta
make rings for men.
Make it last forever.
Sauron
never ends.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. If it's true, please take a minute to subscribe to the channel, and you can join us along for the ride. And if you pay me, I'll try to be more entertaining, so please consider joining Patreon and getting your name